you go to bed and your brain is wired and you can't fall asleep, or you fall asleep easily, but then you wake up multiple times during the night, or you wake up in the morning and you can't get out of bed, this video is for you. And I will tell you 12 tips to improve your sleep that I always suggest. I'm not great at everything, but sleep is something that I'm really good. And through the years, I experimented with sleep and implemented different changes. And I realized how it improved my mood, my energy levels. And I always thought that there are three pillars of health: sleep, this is exercise, this is nutrition. Now, I think that first focus is sleep, and then if you improve your sleep, it will improve other parts of your life. So I'd like to begin there. I told you about my experimentations. So for 1.5 years, for example, I was waking up without alarm. Going to work at 9 a.m., I was waking up between 4 and 5, and then I was in bed at 10. So definitely it's less than 7 hours, because my body was waking up usually between 4 and 5. But if I woke up at 4, I was thinking, maybe there is no point of going back to sleep. Maybe I'm rested. And I thought that I don't need more sleep than 6.5 hours. That was my belief. But now I know that it's not true. When I started changing my routine and I started going to bed around 9:30, and I started actually setting up alarm, I realized that I'm able to sleep longer. And also my Garmin is showing me that my sleep stages improved, sleep quality improved. And I also feel it in my body. I feel more energetic. I feel that I have stable energy during the day, and I feel better, more calm and relaxed. So today I'll share with you 12 tips how to improve your sleep and one bonus tip. And I would say that this is the first thing that you should improve in your life. If you are burned out, or if you are highly activated and you struggle with stress, start with sleep. And I'll explain you a few tips that will help you so much. Okay, let's start with the most important. And this is also suggested by Matthew Walker, the author of Why We Sleep, that maintaining regular sleep schedule is the most important. And why? So in your body, we all have circadian rhythm, your internal clock. So body knows when to release hormones or telling you, wake up, and hormones telling you, hey, it's time to sleep. So if you have a regular routine, your body knows automatically when to make you feel awake and when to make you feel sleepy. So when you are waking up, the cortisol is rising. And this is the moment when your body naturally is waking up. This is why we also add sunlight in the morning, telling your body, hey, time to wake up. And then at the end of the day, after 14, 16 hours from wake up, the melatonin start rising and cortisol start decreasing. And this is your body telling you, hey, it's time to rest. So this is one of the reasons why a regular schedule is so important. And if you think about jet lag, if your body doesn't know when you're going to sleep, you will be awake at night when you should go to bed, and you will be sleepy in the morning when you should get up. Because today you went to bed at 10 p.m., then 9 p.m., and then 1 a.m. or 12. So even during the weekend, you should have maximum 30 minutes of change between your going to bed and wake up time. It changed so much, and I have amazing routine, and I highly recommend for you to do it. Additional thing that I found interesting is, and I didn't know that before, that during your, let's say, window of 8 hours of sleep, there is REM, stage of sleep, and this is responsible for your creativity, processing memory, processing emotional regulation. And then you have deep sleep that is responsible for recovery of your body. And these stages, I didn't know that at the beginning when you go to bed, you are having deep sleep, so your body recovery. And when you are going to the morning, this is when your REM sleep is activated. It comes back in phases a few times during the night. But what does it mean? If you go to bed later, that means that you are able to skip this part of deep sleep. Or if you wake up earlier, you are able to skip this part of REM. So it's quite incredible when you realize it and why this is important to have a similar schedule of your sleep. So this is number one. Number two, and it will be hard for you. Number two is blue light and screens. So let me guess, what do you do at night just to relax and don't feel you had a hard day and you don't want to do any thinking? So you turn off your brain by scrolling social media or watching Netflix, or you're working. I don't know which one is worse. But what's happening with your body with the blue light, that it stop release or delay release of melatonin. Melatonin is this hormone that allows you to fall asleep. So my suggestion here is to not use your screens absolute minimum 1 hour before, ideally 2 hours before sleep or 90 minutes. And before you go to sleep, what you can do is first, you can wear the glasses that are blocking blue light or green light. I have one of these glasses actually I show you. This is blue light blocking glasses. They look like that. Everything is orange, but it blocks your green and blue light. So you can use something like that. Also at night, decreasing removing the blue light. So from your screens, you can add some filters, or you can change the bulb in your lights around the house or dim them. And in the morning, opposite, you can turn off the light bright. So your brain knows, okay, time to wake up. Okay, so this is blue light is the second one. Third one, nightcap. Alcohol before sleep. I used to drink a lot. I'm from Poland, so you can imagine that I had vodka for my 20, quite a lot. And now I don't drink. Oh, maybe a glass or two in the whole year, just as a toast. I will not be convincing you that alcohol is a toxin and what it can do to your brain, etc. Maybe that's something for another video. But I know how alcohol impacts my sleep, and maybe you can resonate. If you don't, you can notice from now on how it impacts your sleep. So what's happening when you drink alcohol? I've heard a lot that alcohol allows you to rest and relax. The thing is that it doesn't allow you to fall asleep easier. It sedates you. So you are able to fall asleep, but the states of sleep that I was explaining, that REM sleep or deep REM sleep, they don't turn on. So that means that you sleep, but your body doesn't do recovery that normally is happening during the night. So you wake up tired and not rested. Your learning or processing of the information from the day before is not happening, and you may feel dysregulated emotionally as well. What else? You wake up alert. Maybe you notice that. Another thing, you go to the bathroom probably once or more at night, so you wake up. One thing that you don't realize, that alcohol causes fragmentation of sleep, means that you wake up multiple times during the night, not even realizing it. So it disrupts the sleep. So these are the reasons why not having alcohol before sleep, it's a really good idea. If you have to, if you have dinner with friends, try to keep it 3 hours before sleep. And then when you get back home, get some water with some salt and lime. Or maybe that's your second drink, just water with lime. In general, I don't recommend drinking, and it doesn't matter if this is alcohol or water or any other drinks, just before sleep, because it's for sure you will wake up at night. I prefer to keep all my drinking in the first part of the day, so I have a chance to go to the bathroom before, and then I don't have to wake up during the night. Coffee. Actually, not coffee, caffeine. Because we say that it's coffee, but it's not about coffee, it's about caffeine. And caffeine is not only in coffee, caffeine is also in tea, caffeine is also in Coke, in some herbal teas, chai teas, and some other things that you don't even realize. And this is something that you can start checking in where the caffeine is in the foods that you consume. And life of caffeine in your body, I checked different answers. Minimum 8 hours, but I also saw until 12 hours. So imagine if you have at 2 p.m. your coffee, you still have a bit of caffeine in your system at night. And I also heard, I don't have problems with going to sleep. I can sleep after coffee straight away. And it's true, but the quality of your sleep will not be the same. And you are able to wake up during the night or don't enter the sleep stages that I was discussing before. So check your caffeine. What is next? Oh, morning light. Morning light, and first time I've heard about it from Dr. Huberman, and he promotes a lot morning light. If you struggle with sleep, the first thing, you need to be out experiencing morning light for an hour a day in the morning, and check after a week how it improved you going to sleep. But normally you should be experiencing morning light, and not through the window, but outside, even if you don't see the sun. Even if it's cloudy, go outside and experience morning light, and it will help you to regulate your circadian rhythm, and again, informing your body, hey, this is time to wake up. And then it will also cause release of the melatonin in the evening, because you have this cycle of your circadian rhythm regulated with light. Next one. I was mentioning about drinking and coffee. What about food? And I tested food and how it impacts me. It's crazy. By the way, 2 days ago, I went with Samuel, my partner, for dinner. Usually we try not to eat after 6 p.m., maximum 7. But we went for dinner. It was at 7:30, and we ate a steak and some Brussels sprouts and potatoes, and it was quite oily as well. Not the most satisfying meal. I think that the big one was the steak. So imagine digestion of steak and some oil as well, as it was fried. It caused a lot of processing in your body to digest. Also, what's happening, your body's rising temperature to digest. An additional thing, when your body focusing on digestion, it doesn't go into restoration mode to release melatonin, because it has other things to do. So digestion, right? I've heard this from Brendon Burchard, and I really love it, with simple thing to remember: 3 hours before sleep, no food, no alcohol; 2 hours before sleep, no work, nothing activating; and 1 hour no screens. It's a simple 3-to-1 rule that you can remember, that it will help you to establish great routine. Okay, what else? Exercise. Exercise is super important every single day, even if it's half an hour, even if it's a good walk, ideally mindful walk. If it is a gym, yoga, running, skipping, whatever it is, doesn't matter. The most important that you enjoy it and you move your body, you add some energy, you generate energy through exercising. So now how it is impacts sleep. One thing that you need to remember, to go exercising no later than 3 hours before sleep. If not, your body temperature is rising, you are activated, and your body is not able to wind down. Next one, medicines. So I wasn't aware of that, but now it starts making more sense that there are some medications that impact sleep. So, for example, medications for heart problems, very often they can impact sleep. Some medications for cough, cold also can impact it. So, if you are unsure and if you take some medication and struggle with sleep, go to your doctor, consult with your doctor, consult with the pharmacist, and check if this medication may interfere with your sleep. If it is so, change the medication. Next one. So I'm checking here. I have little notes just to be on track with everything. Evening routine. So imagine that you work an hour before sleep and then you can't sleep. Why is that? Because your body doesn't have this chance and your brain doesn't have this chance to turn off and go back to the relaxation mode. So I always suggested to create your evening routine. It can be very different for everyone, whatever works for you. What I started doing, instead of swiping on my phone or watching a series, what I do, I read. And sometimes there are days that I read 1 page and I'm sleepy, but it just calms me down. So lights are dimmed, I take a book and I read. For you, there can be different ways. You can listen to some calming music, you can take a bath, you can maybe draw or listen to some binaural beats, you can breathe, meditate, you can move, I don't know, maybe some skincare, whatever it is. What you do is you are telling your body, hey, time to rest, time to relax. And then your melatonin is able to release. You are able to go back to sleep easily because you have this switch, time to bed. Some people get a chamomile tea or tea before. As I mentioned, I don't fully like it because then if I drink before sleep, I go to the bathroom during the night. Bedroom. So you have this amazing night routine. So what about bedroom? There are a few elements that are super important. So when you think about sleep in general, we spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. Can you imagine that? I can't. So I think if you are 75, you sleep 25 years. This is like the most important thing, sleep. So what if your bed is not comfortable, your mattress is not comfortable, your pillow? Okay, I'm guilty of it that for quite a while I bought a pillow. I'm like, oh, it's not the best, but it's okay. And I didn't prioritize to invest in a good pillow. Now I have great pillow. See what's the difference of the quality of my sleep. So make sure that the place that you sleep in, your mattress, your bed, your pillow, your sheet, is something that you enjoy, makes you feel comfortable. So first thing. Then the bedroom has to be dark. If you have a TV in your bedroom, just go there now and take it outside of your bedroom. Bedroom is for sleeping and sex, not for watching TVs before sleep. My mom has this pretty bad habit, and quite a lot of people has a bad habit of watching TV before sleep. And again, this blue light, it doesn't allow your melatonin to be released, and you are getting also activated with whatever you are watching. So definitely TV is not the thing to do with before sleep, but it has to be dark. So if you have this TV, okay, and there is this light on your TV, or maybe you have a laptop or whatever electronic device you have in your bedroom and it has some lights, just tape it so you can't see it, because even if you have closed eyes, your brain is able to recognize that there is some light and it keeps you awake, it disturbs your sleep. Additional thing called bedroom to make you fall asleep faster. For example, you can take a bath, and after the bath, it's hot bath. After the bath, your temperature drops and it allows your body to sleep. This is one of the things that needs to happen for your body to fall asleep. Temperature drop. So if your bedroom is too hot, you are not able to fall asleep. Light, additional thing, check if you have windows and if you have some lights outside. The best thing is to have blinds, dark blinds or mask. I have my mask. Then sleep, sound. For a long time, I didn't use any earplugs, and I still usually don't use, but I have one. I will show you in another video. I have these weird ears that they don't like any earplugs before, they didn't stick, but finally I bought something amazing, and it doesn't completely shut off the sound, but it mutes it. And sometimes when there is some sounds, parties or whatever it is outside, I just stick the earplugs and it changed a lot the quality of my sleep. So now you know the bedroom is this place when you go to rest. So look after, make it pretty, make it calming and relaxing for you. So you know that your body recognizes, oh, this is place to be safe, the place to relax after a day of work. No screens, no laptops, just rest. Okay, naps. So after reading the Matthew Walker book, I thought that I want to incorporate on the days that it's possible 20-minute nap during the day, but when it ideally during the lunchtime or after lunchtime. In Greece, for example, it's normal, and still in some places in the world there is this sleep where you sleep during the night, you sleep during the day. And it's important that naps will allow you to recover a bit of poor quality sleep at night. The most important thing, then, don't take naps after 3 p.m. That's something I want you to remember. After 3 p.m., don't take naps because it will interfere with you falling asleep later. And this one is for people who can't fall asleep and they stay in bed. I didn't add it before. If you have a watch in your bedroom, just turn it around. You don't want to see the watch in your bedroom because it can cause anxiety. If you're one of the people who struggle with falling asleep, but you still see the watch in your bedroom, what it causes anxiety and overthinking, oh, I can't fall asleep, and now it's 1 a.m., and just causing this circle of thoughts. But if you go to bed and in about 20 minutes you notice that you're still not asleep, get out of bed. This is one of the most important things is when you try to cure insomnia. You use bed for sleeping. If you can't fall asleep, you go out of the bed and you do something relaxing. It can be some stretching, it can be reading, some relaxing activity that will allow your body to relax, and then you can go to sleep. Okay, and now the last bonus advice, and I want you to treat it seriously, is sleeping pills. Sleeping pills is a big no, and Matthew Walker explains how it can impact future health problems, including Alzheimer, cancer, and a lot of other issues. And now I realize reading this book. So in my family, my grandmother, she was taking sleeping pills for years, and she died from Alzheimer. And now I'm actually thinking how much impact of sleeping pills were on her development of her illness. Currently, also my mom is taking sleeping pills. So potentially that's the reason why I am really convinced that I want to look after my sleep so much. And I know that sleep is getting worse older we get and getting into perimenopause and menopause. I know that it's a lot in front of me to struggle with. That's why now I'm setting up amazing sleeping pattern so later I can improve it, even if it's not the best. Sleeping pills, it's very similar situation like with alcohol. So it doesn't allow you to sleep. It only sedates you. So your body is not going in the recovery mode, in a deep sleep, in a REM mode. It only sedates you. So you fall asleep and you think that it helped, but you wake up. If you take sleeping pills, how are you feeling after wake up? You feel tired, you feel exhausted, you feel groggy. And one of the explanations that was quite powerful in the Matthew Walker book was how it can impact reactivity, even driving a car, and what it can cause if you have this after effect after the pills. An additional thing, and I know that was for my mom, for my grandmother, that it can cause dependency and it can cause also insomnia from taking the pill. So your body knows, hey, I can sleep without pills, give me a pill. And my mom recently was telling me that she was not sleeping for 3 days because she couldn't fall asleep. She was trying not to take pills, but then her body was so wired that she couldn't fall asleep. But then her doctor told her that better take the sleeping pills because your heart will not be able to manage it. So I don't want to comment on the doctors who are giving sleeping pills. Matthew Walker was suggesting that you have insomnia. There is a cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, and this is the most effective way for insomnia. I will share in a different video about melatonin and about the jet lag, how you can use melatonin for jet lag, but also not for a long time, just for a short period of time, because it also causes not releasing of serotonin, so you feel flat long term. Wow, that was a lot. The message that I have for you, fix your sleep first. If you are a high performer and you do a lot and your mind is constantly wired, use some of these tips to calm down before bed and you will feel better. You improve your connection with others, your cognitive performance and relaxation and response as well. I hope that you try these tips. So before you say, oh, I don't feel, check how your sleep look like, if there are some things that you can improve. And if so, I'd love for you to let me know in the comments which tip helped you the most, which one was the aha moment, or what are you going to change in your sleep in the next few days.